Today we are going to give a presentation on what and how on green construction technology. We are going to talk about the background and use two examples to discuss what and how on green construction technology and give a conclusion on the development. So why green building is so important to human beings? It is because of great difficulties in sustainability of human, economic, and social development. And the fundamental solution is to reducing greenhouse gases emissions continuously and substantially. And in construction field, it is to construct green building. Basically, green building is a building that is responsible for the environment and efficient use of resources throughout its life cycle. Green building is one of the measures to mitigate the significant impact of building stock on the environment, society, and economy. In simple terms, green building technologies are technologies that can make buildings environmentally friendly. Although green building technologies is constantly updated, there are mainly three design purposes of green building in summary, according to the U.S. Environment Protection Agency. And they are efficiently using energy, water, and other resources, protecting occupant health and improving employee productivity, and reducing waste, pollution, and environmental degradation. As more and more attention is paid to green building and more research organizations are involved, there are many kinds of related technologies. According to the Green Building Alliance, green building methods can be classified as 5 aspects: exterior solutions, energy solutions, site solutions, interior solutions, and process solutions. And then, my teammates will introduce 2 kinds of green building technology specifically.
And now we're going to talk about 3D printing. So, firstly, what is 3D printing? 3D printing is any of various processes in which material is joined or solidified under computer control to create a 3-dimensional object with material being added together. Or 3D printing or additive manufacturing is a process of making 3-dimensional solid objects from a digital file. So how does it work? First step, the creation of 3D printed object is achieved using additive processes. In an additive process, an object is created by laying down successive layers of material until the object is created. As you can see from the GIF file here, it uses plastic to create a figure. And each of these layers can be seen as a thinly sliced horizontal cross-section of the eventual object. So, why do we need to use 3D printers? What are its advantages? So firstly, using construction materials made by 3D printers is more environmentally friendly, according to the scholars. Also, it saves time and saves money, and eases the working process. So, as you can see from the GIF file here, this 3D printer uses concrete to create a house. And I think that I should mention that it's a house in China. But it also has its own disadvantages. So firstly, the technology needs some improvements because it's still on the beginning phase. And also energy consumption might be a little bit high. Also, in the future, it may lead to the manufacturing job losses because 3D printers doing jobs fastly and conveniently than humans. So it may lead to the unemployment in the future because 3D printers will remove current workers. And finally, materials that can be used are still limited. These days, 3D printers mostly using plastic and concrete. So, but now, the scientists are working to solve this problem to broaden its possibilities.
Now let's talk about green roof. It's a roof that contains a soil or growing media and vegetation layer as its outermost surface. It can provide an attractive green space with many advantages, and in many countries, green roof has already been put into use as a green construction technology. There are different kinds of designs of green roof construction, and the following description should be considered as a common one. As we can see in this picture, it has 4 layers. From the bottom up, the first one is a protection layer, including some waterproof membranes and roof barriers. It's directly above the roof construction and serves to protect the roof from moisture. The second one is a drainage layer, which may include small moisture retention reservoirs and voids. It allows excess moisture to flow out of the green roof construction and into downspouts or some form of storage. Above the drainage layer is the growing media or soil layer, which is typically a lightweight combination of sand, aggregate, and organic matter. And last will be the vegetation layer. Green roofs have many advantages. It can reduce the heat flux through the roof so that less energy for cooling or heating will be needed. It can serve as a habitat for creatures that are struggling for survival. It can retain rainwater and return a portion of this water to the atmosphere through evaporation and transpiration, reducing stormwater runoff. It can protect waterproof membrane from UV rays and extreme daily temperature fluctuations, extending the lifespan. Also, there's no doubt that the new industry represents a new market which will provide more employment opportunities. Actually, it has many other advantages, but now we must move to the next part. As for its disadvantages, the most significant one may be the structural limitation, because the roof and load-bearing walls of many buildings may not be strong enough to support added weight of a green roof. Also, sometimes the roots of plants can penetrate the waterproof membrane, causing roof leaks that could result in structural damage to the building. In addition, the cost of installation and maintenance for a green roof is still more expensive than a conventional roof.
Now let's move to the conclusion part. The benefits of green construction technology are shown as follows. It is environmental friendly and it can enhance resources utilization rate. Since we know Hong Kong is experiencing a shortage of landfill sites, the green building technology's functions of reducing waste and contamination contributes to further relieving current landfill pressure. Moreover, green building is also good for occupants' health and can raise productivity. Overall, green building can improve sustainability significantly and push forward economic and social development, which solve the difficulties taught in the background parts. In addition, there are various types of application of the green building technology that work in different forms. In previous parts, we detailed the 3D printer and the green roof. Though they have the advantage of cost reduction and time saving and such like that, there is still a long way to go since the limitations are not ignorable. There are still some other applications of green building technology not involved in the former content due to the time reason, remaining further studies. For instance, hybrid fiber optics and earth-air tunnel. The top three critical barriers were higher costs of green building technologies, lack of government incentives, and lack of financing schemes, such as bank loans. Among them, higher costs of green building technology compared to traditional building is the largest obstacle that even most developed countries face the problem. Moreover, the residents' attitude and risks that may occur during the application of green building technologies also count. Under such circumstances, how can we develop it? First, establish laws and regulations supporting development. Second, strengthen the construction of green building and standardize the consulting service market. Third, improving the green building evaluation management system and clarify the implementation methods of green building standard system. Now let's move to the Q&A section.